Live from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Dallas Cowboys, our continuing coverage of the 2015 USA Football International Bowl continues here on ESPN3. Alongside Doug Anderson, I'm Joe Vasile, and well, now we get set for the U15 game featuring Football Alberta on the Canada side and the under-15 team on the USA Football side.
And it looks to be a great matchup of athleticism, guys that have certainly worked their way through the developmental camps that are put on by USA Football and found their way here to this game to represent their country, Team USA, against a great group of Canadian football players as well. They all hail from Alberta, the province. Going to be fun to see how it shakes down in this ball game this evening. We've already seen two exciting games, one won by Team USA, one won by Team Canada. So now basically we've got a rubber match here on today's festivities before the nightcap tonight.
Yeah, it certainly should be interesting. A couple of very differing games in the first two. And let's take a look at least who we should be looking at in this game, the impact players presented by Collegiate Sports State. On the offensive side for USA Football, it's their quarterback Terrence Gibson and their wide receiver Nike Hawkins, both of whom we see have good showings in the Jamboree on Thursday. On the defensive side of the ball, Victor Vega III and Kevin Hilliard, both linebackers, are guys to look out for. Hilliard, especially with the good size at 6'1", 180 already. Still, these guys about the 8th grade range, not quite in high school yet, but certainly that doesn't take away from the talent they have on the football field.
No, it doesn't. And you're looking at guys that in a few years, 3-4 years down the road, could be the big recruits in high school football heading to the college ranks. So it's a chance to get a look at them now, and also a great chance for these young men to experience a thrill of a lifetime in getting to come to AT&T Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys, and play here where the NFL plays.
Team USA's U15 team is coached by Tom Bainter, who will be leading him in. He is the head coach at Bothell High in the state of Washington. Coach Spotlight brought to you by Marriott, the official hotel of USA Football and the USA national teams. Doing a good job here in Dallas-Fort Worth area, keeping all of the players from both the United States, Canada, and all around the world hosted up this week. And we are all set to go as Canada will receive the opening kick here in game number 3 out of 4. Parker Hannon from Cumming, Georgia will be the one kicking it deep for Team USA. Back to return for Canada is Brady Salida. He's also joined back there by Chuba Hubbard. Salido plays for the Raymond Comets in Sterling, and Hubbard, the Bev Facey Falcons. He hails from Sherwood Park, one of several Falcons on this Football Alberta roster. Ball's all teed up. Hannon gets it away. It is a low, wobbly kick that bounces once, twice, and is scooped up at the 31-yard line. And the return will start for Team Canada. It was Toddy Suwira who picked it up and brought it out to about the 40-yard line, and that's where we'll get things started here in quarter number 1.
Ball game just getting underway. We've already seen 2. We've got 2 more to go. And what we will look for from Canada, one thing that their team from Football Ontario was able to do was basically come out and execute, with the exception of some false start penalties. They played a really clean game. We'll see if Team Canada from Alberta can do the same.
The quarterback for Team Canada is Matteo Spolatini, and he hands off on first down, and getting stopped right in his tracks was Keaton Zakowski. Take a look at that one again. Zakowski was first met in the backfield and then dragged down for a loss. The first hit was made by Storm Monroe for Team USA.
Matteo Spolatini hails from Calgary, where he plays for the Bantam Cowboys, and interestingly enough, their mascot, the Cowboys, he's playing at the home of the Cowboys today.
Spolatini back to pass now. He's going to take off running himself, dive forwards at about the 48-yard line where he started his dive. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Coming up here, they need to get to midfield to convert on the first down here on their first drive.
That's all right. Team Canada, they have come out looking pretty good so far with their run game. Spolatini there found an open seam, was able to run the ball and set up a short third down.
Spolatini out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the near side left of the formation, bottom of your screen. Off the play fake, he throws one out of the flat to Zykowski, makes a move, picks up a first down back towards the middle of the field before he's dragged down across the 45-yard line. Picking up the tackle that time for Team USA was Malik Milton, a Dallas, Georgia native.
And Milton makes the stop, but when you look at the play again, a great pass from Spolatini back behind him to Zykowski, who was able to make a nice step inside and advance the ball, picked up the first down, and now you're in Team USA territory.
Shotgun coming here once again for Spolatini as the flag bearer for Team Alberta during O Canada, the anthem being played before the game as Zykowski gets stopped for a loss of, it looks like, 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12, so we'll have another look.
Not much of a gain there for Zykowski as he was taken down pretty quickly by the Team USA defense. They do have an injured Team USA player on the field, slow to get up right now. And looks like that was Hunter Bohannon, the defensive lineman from Georgetown, Texas, who was a little slow to get up, but on his feet now, and the training staff out to take a look at him, help him off the field.
And walking gingerly off the field, though, to a nice applause from the fans here. Seems to be favoring the right arm a little bit, perhaps landed a little bit funny on it after he made the tackle on Zykowski that time for the loss of 2. So 2nd and 12 will be coming up as soon as we get everything reset here. 9:53 left here in the first quarter, no score. Team Canada with their first drive. Team from the Alberta province wearing the white tops, blue pants, and the helmets of their home squads. Spolatini out of the shotgun. He's got 2 backs in the backfield with him, and they'll pitch it down to Chuba Hubbard, gets to the outside, cuts it downfield, and he's got a nice gain. Looks like he goes down close to a first down at the 33-yard line. We'll see with the spot where they give it to him, but a good job by Hubbard that time with the burst of speed to the outside.
There is a penalty on the play, however. Illegal motion from the offense, and that will deny the run by Hubbard, which was a nice run from the young man, Chuba Hubbard, but that penalty will bring the play back.
And it's always unfortunate when you have a good play like that get brought back by a penalty of that kind of nature. Sometimes when it's a hold, you can understand, all right, the hold might have been what allowed the big play to happen, but an illegal motion like that is one of those frustrating things that touches on a little bit of the intricacies and some of the differences of the rules between what's played up in Canada and here in the United States. We'll be playing here today as Spolatini gets brought down for a sack. Looks like Victor Vega III, one of our spotlight players, comes up with the sack.
And Vega was able to work his way around the offensive lineman Logan Bandy and find the quarterback Spolatini for the sack. Vega, a 5'10", 180-pound linebacker out of Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, it looked like Jose Castillo also got in there. Should get credit for half a sack on that one. They both got there roughly the same time. Spolatini will pitch it on the reverse here to Brady Salido, and he's got some room to run. Back up across the original line of scrimmage. He's got a first down and more down the sideline, and he's down inside the red zone, right at the 20-yard line, as the reverse works very well for Football Alberta that time.
It wasn't really sure that the reverse pitch was going to be a good call here, but you look at it on the replay, and what you see is the speed. And what a nice run down that near sideline, picking up the first down for Brady Salido as he moves the ball near the red zone for Team Canada.
Shotgun coming here for Spolatini. 3 down linemen for Team USA. They hand it up the middle to Chuba Hubbard, who picks up a yard on the ground. Bring up 2nd and 9 from the 19.
Chuba Hubbard is a nice compliment with Silitillo in the backfield for this Alberta squad, they have a little bit of what you call a thunder lightning effect. They've got some bigger guys like Hubbard that can pound their way through the middle, and then you've got a guy who can take it to the outside like Salito can.
And then also you mix in Keaton Zykowski, and boy, that's a pretty powerful trio. They'll pitch it to the outside for Hubbard. Gets a tackle attempt, cuts the corner, heads up the sideline, and picks up another first down. Stepped out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Chuba Hubbard showing a good ability to run east and west and then cut it down the field when the hole opens up.
And he is not going to go down without contact or go out of bounds without contact. He could have stepped out of bounds, but he decided to take a hit before he did, and he likes to get involved in that mixing it up between these two teams.
Also, good job on that play by Peyton LaGrange of setting the edge, the wide receiver with the block, sealing off the cornerback, Trey Rucker. Shotgun again here for Matteo Spolatini. Handoff to Hubbard up the middle. And this time he's stopped for just a yard's gain on the ground.
Well, this is where the Team USA defense can kind of buckle down a bit. They've got their backs against their own end zone, so you definitely know that they're trying to dig in their heels a bit here against this team from Team Canada that's looking to score on their first possession.
They've eaten up nearly half of this first quarter on their first possession. They pitch it out to the left for Hubbard, and he is in untouched for the touchdown.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that, and Chuba Hubbard knew it. As soon as he took the pitch, he realized there wasn't anybody around him, and he could coast into the end zone, which is exactly what he did. Great downfield blocking by the receivers to open up the lane, and Hubbard just does the rest, taking it to the corner.
So now lining up to kick the extra point for Football Alberta is Devin Deroe, and he is also a running back doing the kicking. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. So you can make it now 7-0 in favor of Football Alberta. They took 5 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock with that opening drive and putting up 7 points on the board, just methodically driving down, and they have taken the early 7-0 lead.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
We welcome you back inside AT&T Stadium, just over to the left of Jerry Jones's private box. Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson here on ESPN3 this afternoon. Team Canada has taken a 7-0 lead on a very methodical, near 6-minute drive down the field, Doug. And boy, now it's time for Team USA to answer right back.
Well, certainly you can't ask for a better opening drive than what Team Canada had. They were able to mix in a little bit of running and passing together, combine it for a very efficient drive downfield to put 6 on the board.
Returning this kick here for Team USA is Reggie Retzlaff. He cuts it back to the middle of the field and gets back to the 23-yard line before he is taken down by Tati Suira.
Now Team USA has a chance to show us their wares offensively, as they've got some talented quarterbacks on this team. Starting off, you look at a young man who's a dual threat like Khalil Ali, who passed for over 900 yards and ran for over 1,500 last year in his high school campaign in his junior high. And we'll see some other ones as well along the way, including Terrence Gibson, who was one of our impact players from Humble, Texas at Timberwood Middle School. It
will be Gibson who starts things off here in his shotgun, and quick screen over to left falls incomplete. And so it'll now be 2nd and 10.
Just as a point of reference for Terrence Gibson, as we mentioned, he's from Humble, Texas. It looks like Humble, but if you ask the folks down there, how do you pronounce your town's name, they will say Humble with a silent H. So just a little bit of Texas pronunciation education for you there.
Thank you. I had no idea. Are they humble in Humble?
They are. They are humble and humble.
Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Gibson out of the shotgun. I'm sorry for that terrible joke. Handoff goes up the middle to Josiah Davis.
It's going to get a lot worse by game number 4, I promise you that. So it's only the beginning.
Yeah, when you're on game number 3, it starts to get to that point a little bit as Davis, like I said, took it up the middle that time for a gain of maybe about 1.5 yards. So call it 3rd and a long 8 coming up here for Team USA. Ball spotted just inside the 25. They need to get it up to the 33-yard line.
You won't see teams go to the air too much in this game, but if there is a time to do it, now would be the time.
Gibson from under center. Spins around from the pressure, goes all the way back to the 5-yard line, gets a block downfield, fires one high, and into the USA sideline, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, and out comes the punting unit. Here as Team USA is not getting off to a very good start here offensively, but still plenty of time left in this one.
I like the athleticism from Gibson to outrun the treble, but at the same time, you have to be able to execute downfield. They weren't able to complete the pass, and now you're faced with a punt.
And take another look at that play. Just a spin move in the middle of the field, then cut it back towards the outside. Try to fire a pass, but it was a little bit too high and out of bounds. Like you mentioned, very good athleticism being shown there. Parker Hannon into punt. It's a short one off, but it takes a nice Team USA roll and will be down at the 49-yard line. So good starting field position here for Team Alberta on this second offensive drive after they were able to just run it all the way down in their first drive. And well, we've got the opportunity. Would like to thank the Sports Authority for sponsoring parts of this game. Sports Authority, it's the official sporting good provider of USA Football. Also, Riddell for being the official helmet and protective equipment partner of USA Football. Team Canada will get started here from the 49-yard line of the United States. Working under center, Spolatini hands off up the middle for Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard has already shown us what he can do with the football in his hands. An excellent runner. We'll see if he can continue his ways. He already has 1 TD, the first TD for Team Canada today.
Quick pass to the outside from Spolatini goes to Brady Salido. He makes the catch on the screen and gets up to the 40-yard line. Pick up about 9 yards that time. Will bring up 3rd and inches.
Salido plays for the Raymond Commons in Sterling, Alberta.
Under center, Spolatini again. He's just going to rush it up the middle himself, and he's going to be able to push forward enough for a first down. So Football Alberta picking up right where they left off on their last drive with some good success offensively. Been able to move the chains here on 3 plays. Very methodical, using up some clock and having a lot of success doing so. They've got a bunch formation with trips over to the left. Dropping back and looking to pass Spolatini. Gets flush from the pocket, evades the pressure, goes downfield. He's going to run it himself, gets across the 30 before he finally takes it out of bounds. It's close to a first down, and looks like, just with the naked eye here, that the spot they're going to give him is going to be good enough for the first.
Well, Spolatini, we'd take a look at him and his build for a junior high quarterback. He's got a great frame. He's tall. He's a little on the thin side, but at that age, who isn't? He certainly has some room to add some weight to what is already a pretty lanky frame.
High snap it, he's able to pull it down, and then as he gets pressured by Garrett Brooks, he just floats that one out of bounds. One of my favorite things about Garrett Brooks, as he is an all-region tuba player.
That's right. Who also plays guitar. So he's a multi-instrumentalist as well as being an outstanding football player.
Now, can you play any instruments, Doug?
I can sort of play guitar. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go in on any open mic night or anything like that.
Spolatini, quick screen to the outside for Salido. And that one is swallowed up before it could go anywhere. Looks like a loss of a couple of yards on the play back to the 30-yard line. And that'll bring up third down and about 12 as we'll take another look at that one. As when Salido caught it, well, the blocking just wasn't there that time, and Miguel Guardado was able to get in and make the stop.
Team USA's defense stepping up on this drive after giving up a touchdown on the opening possession. Looks like they're stiffening up a bit here against Alberta's offense.
Spolatini works out of the gun, alternating between there and going under center. They'll run the little jet sweep here this time on the reverse to Alex Groshak, the wide receiver from Calgary. And it's going to pick up about 5 yards, but not nearly enough for a first down.
Braden Noboltz made the tackle for Team USA, a 5'7" linebacker from nearby Grand Prairie, Texas, just across the highway from basically where we are right now at AT&T Stadium.
And so it'll be 4th down and 5 for Football Alberta. That'll keep the offense on the field at this age group. You're not going to kick a field goal of this length. Spolatini out of the shotgun, drops back under a ton of pressure, fires one over to the left side, incomplete. But that incompletion was brought to you by the defensive line of Team USA. Getting in on the pressure was Braden Obholtz along with Malik Melton.
That's a much better representation defensively for Team USA on this possession as they give the ball back to their offense with 1:53 left in the first quarter. Team Canada still on top, 7-0, but Team USA with a chance to respond now after their defense makes a stand.
We'll see if now they're able to, like you said, transfer some of the momentum for the defensive side of the ball over to the offensive side of the ball. Staying in at quarterback is Terrence Gibson. He starts under center, and he pitches it off to the left for Zahir Seabrooks, and Seabrooks is swallowed up in the backfield for a loss of a couple of yards. That time coming up with the tackle was Joseph Dutton, one of the captains for Team Canada.
Well, Team USA is going to have to start getting some better push off the line. Their offensive line allowing too many players into the backfield for Team Alberta, and one of those players making the stop for a loss of yardage on that play, Joseph Dutton.
This time Gibson will work out of the shotgun. He's got Seabrooks in the backfield lined up to his left. Takes a snap, quickly throws a screen pass, and it's intercepted. He threw the screen pass over to the right for the tight end, Zach Smith, and then it ended up getting picked off after it deflected off of his hands by Jack Burns.
And Jack Burns, a defensive back from Calgary, made the interception off the tip. We'll take a look at it here on our replay, and you see the ball bounce off the hands of the receiver, and Burns just was in the right place at the right time to make the interception, and now that gives Team Alberta a golden opportunity to add to their 7-0 lead.
Timeout taken on the field. We'll take it with him. 7-0 Canada, minute 12 left in the first. Welcome you back inside AT&T Stadium. Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson on ESPN3. This is the 2015 International Bowl, hosted by USA Football here in Arlington, Texas. 7-0 the score right now between Football Alberta and Team USA's under 15 team. And Team Alberta just came away with a big interception. So now they've got the ball 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line as Jack Burns was able to pick off the errant pass from Terrence Gibson. Oh, that one not really so much on Gibson as it hit off the arms of his receiver. Shotgun here for Spolatini. They hand it up the middle for Chuba Hubbard. He now bounces it to the outside. And he ends up getting wrapped up back at the 18-yard line. Loss of 1 on the play for Hubbard. Tackled by Kevin Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard, a linebacker out of Huntersville, North Carolina. 6'1", 180-pounder, and he did a great job of wrapping up Hubbard on that play.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 8. Here for Football Alberta as they gave him forward progress up to the 15-yard line. Spolatini drops back under a ton of pressure. Now flush in the pocket, rolls out to the right, steps up, fires down the field, and incomplete. Pass was intended for Peyton LaGrange, the Red Deer, Alberta native.
And great coverage downfield for Team USA. They were all over LaGrange, and when we look at the pass downfield, it was actually double coverage that he had to throw into, and Elaine Darge was leading the way for Team USA.
Spolatini back to the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen, over to the right. He takes a snap, drops back, fires one for Hubbard out in the flat, and Hubbard makes the catch, drags a couple of defenders with him, and gets close to the first down, but he'll still be a yard or so short. That time Hubbard dragging Victor Vega right along with him for a couple of yards, as well as Elaine Darch.
And look at the strength of Chuba Hubbard on that play. That was a ball that he caught at the 15-yard line and got hit at the 15, but was able to drag the defenders 5 yards down to the 10.
So it'll be 4th down and 3. Here for Football Alberta, they're keeping the offense on the field, at least for now. We'll see if they decide to do the same on the other side of this as the final seconds of this first quarter have ticked off the clock. The score, 7-0 in favor of Team Canada here on ESPN3.
Oh yeah, that's going down. Oh, yeah, let's get some rocks back.
Health can change in a minute. So CVS Health is changing healthcare, making it more accessible and affordable. With walk-in medical care, no appointments needed, and most insurance accepted. Minute Clinic, another innovation from CVS Health. Because health is everything.
So at St. Vincent Sports Performance, whether we're talking about Olympic athletes or middle school and high school athletes, the foundation is the same. We want to remove dysfunction and then build upon their sport-specific movements to allow them to function at a very high level on and off the field.
We welcome you back inside AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas. The site, well, just about a week ago of the College Football National Championship game, and the site here today of 4 matchups in the 2015 International Bowl hosted by USA Football. The first game, which was the select team for Team USA going up against the IFAF World Team, the USA Select team was able to come away with a 25-15 victory. In game number 2, the U16 team fell to Football Ontario. The final score in that one was 34-17. And here in game number 3, the U15 team is currently trailing Football Alberta 7-0 at the start of the second quarter. Just about getting ready to get everything set down on the field. And Doug, it was not a pretty first quarter for Team USA.
No, it wasn't. They gave up the opening drive for a touchdown for Team Alberta, but after that, their defense stiffened up a bit. Unfortunately, they threw an interception. That gave Team Alberta a great field position, which they're working on right now, trying to capitalize on as they face a 4th and 3 from just about the 10-yard line of Team USA.
12 minutes on the clock. Spolatini out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. Handoff goes to Hubbard, and he's got the first down, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard with the 11-yard scamper. And that'll put Canada up 13-0.
Second touchdown of the day for Chuba Hubbard as he scored on the opening drive for Team Alberta and does it again here with a nice little 10-yard touchdown run to put the Team Canada squad on top 13-0.
So now lining up for the extra point, Devin Derouine, snap down, kick up, and the kick is good. So now 14-0 the score in favor of Canada. I'd like to remind you that portions of this broadcast are brought to you by the St. Vincent Sports Performance. St. Vincent Sports Performance is the official sports medicine partner of the U.S. national team, and also, of course, my CVS Minute Clinic, the official sports physical provider of USA football. They trail right now 14-0, 11:52 left here in quarter number 2, and a little bit of an extra long huddle here for Team USA. After that one, they've really got to start to get their bearings about them on offense.
We've seen them give up a couple of touchdowns. One of them not really on the defense after the interception put Team Alberta in great field position. But nonetheless, you have to be able to make stops in this game. You have to be able to move the football. That's something that Team USA hasn't been able to do so far, move the football against this good squad from Alberta, Canada.
Kicking off for Alberta will be Derouine back to receive. The kick for Team USA is Reggie Retzlaff. He's back there with Nikwe Hawkins, the Newark, New Jersey native. It is a short kickoff. It won't get to either one of them as it's taken from about the 34-yard line here by Brandon Oboltz. Oboltz across the 40, dragged down at the 44. So pretty good return. That time for the linebacker Oboltz. Always a defensive player's dream to get his hands on the ball. And bring it up to the 44.
Team captain on his junior high squad, and last year had 3 interceptions. He was all over the place. He carried the ball 44 times for 593 yards. He scored 12 TDs, and certainly is honored to be a part of this Team USA squad. This is what kid wouldn't want to represent their country on the football field wearing the red, white, and blue.
Shotgun here for the new quarterback in the game for the United States, Will Cooney. And he hands off, and well, the ball gets back to about the line of scrimmage that time in the hands of Josiah Davis.
Will Keeney is an interesting story, Joe. He's the younger brother of former PGA player Trip Keeney and LPGA star Kelly Keeney. Both of them outstanding golfers. He is a golfer as well, but likes to play a little football also, and so he's out there showing what he can do against this Team Alberta squad.
Pass goes to Bryson Lucero on the outside for a minimal gain that time of about a yard or so. So 3rd down and 8 coming up for Team USA. Still looking to pick up their first down of this game. Here, 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Shotgun here. Kenny looks to pass under a lot of pressure as they tried to set up the screen, and it was incomplete. Thrown at the feet of Davis as the pressure just got a little bit too heavy. And that'll bring out the punting unit on 4th and 8.
This team from Team Alberta is a little bit bigger. You can see it especially on the line where the defensive line just kind of towers over the offensive line for Team USA. And they're using that size to their advantage so far in this ballgame, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks for Team USA.
On to punt for Team USA is Parker Hannon. Gets one off that takes a left turn at about the 30-yard line. And then it gets down at about the 24. So a nice little roll off the punt that time for Mr. Hannon. And we will take a step aside here. 14-0 in favor of Canada, 10-10 left in the second.
This is where games are played, where friendships are forged, where kids come to have fun. This is where coaches teach fundamentals, where respect is both learned and earned, and memories last long after the clock reaches zero. This is USA Football.
Back inside AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Football Alberta with the ball back, and already a quick pass out to the flat for Brady Solito. He turns it upfield, gets to the 40, now takes it back to the middle of the field, and he's got a lot of room to run. Just one more man to beat as he gets it across midfield to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. One play, 76 yards, and just like that, a 3-score lead for Football Alberta.
Wow, that was a beautiful run from Brady Solito after the catch. And this Team Alberta squad just outmanning Team USA at this point of the ball game. Spolatini to find him, and then, boy, he does the rest. you gotta really admire what Solito was able to do on that play. Goes cross field, sideline to sideline, and then 76 yards for a touchdown.
That one is our play of the game, presented by Shock Doctor. Coming here early, not going to see many better ones than that in this game, that's for sure.
Well, you take a look at this Team Alberta squad, and they are just physically imposing their will on Team USA at this point, and don't know that it's going to get any better. This team is a little more mature. Team Alberta is. They're a little bigger and a little more experienced, and they're certainly using that to their advantage in this ball game. Remember that there was a switch because the previous game you had the under 16 squad for Team USA. They were supposed to take on this football team. They ended up taking on a different team because that team was a little too impressive to take on the younger players. And now you've got this team. Well, it looks like they have certainly can hold their own with just about anybody as well.
After the extra point was good, 21-0 count. We invite you, of course, to join the conversation here on social media. You can tweet and Instagram using the hashtag IB2015, and of course follow USA Football on at USA Football on Twitter, at USA_football on Instagram, also at USNFT on the Twitter as well. It's always been fun following this whole week on social media, and of course the festivities continue through next week with the National Signing Day Breakfast on Wednesday. We'll have live coverage of that one here on ESPN3. Lincoln Rose will be the host of that. And then, of course, the U19 game coming next Saturday on the campus of UT Arlington. A little short kickoff here. It's scooped up by Zahir Seabrooks at about the 25-yard line. He brings it out to the 30, and he's brought down right there.
Well, Team USA, certainly a lot of football left to play. They can manage a comeback here, but they have to start putting things together offensively, and that's going to mean executing, which really means buying time for the quarterback. The quarterback has not had a chance to really execute the offense so far in this game for Team USA because of the powerful rush that Team Alberta has put in his face. No matter if it's Terrence Gibson or Will Keeney or whoever it's going to be, they have had a challenge this afternoon.
Cooney out of the shotgun. He's got trips to the right. That's the top of your screen. Drops back, looks to pass, fires one deep down the left sideline, right sideline, and incomplete. Either way, over the head of Reggie Retzlaff.
They had an open man downfield, Retzlaff, and he was wide open. He had gotten behind the secondary and was able to be in a position to where if he would have caught that ball, it would have been 6 for Team USA, but the ball just slightly overthrown.
Team USA looking over to the sideline to get the new play. A very brief huddle as they hustle back up to the line. 2nd down and 10 coming. 9:37 left on the stop clock. Cooney out of the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, throws quickly over to the right side. and making the catch, and then getting hit hard was Christian Dremel.
Well, Dremel takes a hit but holds on to the football, and that's the important thing, is he was able to bring that catch in, put Team USA in a position to convert here. They haven't had many first downs in this ball game, facing a chance to do that now.
Just a 3rd and 2. Coming here for Team USA. Cooney out of the shotgun, now trips over to his left. Fires a swing pass, and it's caught by Dremel, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Good job by Christian Dremel coming up with receptions on back-to-back plays out of West Caldwell, New Jersey. A very small kid, just 5'1", and even 100 pounds.
A little bit of a mighty might there for Team USA, but what a job he's done a couple of times here in this possession of getting receptions and picking up a first down.
Out of the shotgun, Cooney. Keep it on the ground here on this play. Pick up a couple, will Team USA. Time the carry went for Tyrone Hines out of Summit, New Jersey. A couple of Jersey boys making some contributions on these last 2 plays.
Well, Team USA kind of got pushed back on their heels a bit by this Team Alberta squad in the first quarter. They were really kind of taken aback by the size and the speed of Team Alberta, but now maybe perhaps getting their wits about them, a chance to get back in the fight.
Cooney out of the shotgun. A little quick pass to the outside for Nyquil Hawkins. He's got the catch, and that's a first down for Hawkins and into Canada territory. Nyquil Hawkins out of Newark, New Jersey. Picking up the first down.
Team USA needed, and Hawkins to make a big play. He had 11 touchdown receptions last season as part of his campaign. Also had 63 tackles from the defensive side.
And 1 good head of hair. It'll be first down and 10 for Team USA. From the Football Alberta 42-yard line. Cooney out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. Man in motion is Bryson Lucero, the tight end. They'll keep it on the ground here. Hand off to Tyrone Hines. He gets to the edge, back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Big 2nd down facing Team USA. They have pushed the ball into Team Canada territory. You don't want this drive to stall, and even though it would be 3rd down, you still want to get something that would be manageable on 3rd down if you don't pick up a first down on this play.
Hines checks out of the game after that last play. Check that, he remains on. That was Bryson Lucero coming off the field. Cooney looks to throw to the outside. Pass is caught by Dremel, but he had to go down to his knees to make the catch, and so he was down right there as soon as he caught it, a loss of 3 yards. Team USA, and that'll bring up 3rd and 13 back from the 45-yard line. They need to get down to the 32 to convert.
The last thing you wanted to do was go backwards, and unfortunately that's what happened on that play for Team USA. They
got trips over here to the left on the short side of the field. That's Team USA. Cooney takes the snap out of the gun under a ton of pressure, and he's going to go down. There were about 4 players from Team Canada all swarming around Will Cooney that time before they dragged him down.
Well, this is just another bull rush by the Team Alberta defensive line, and Cooney doesn't have time to think, much less react. All he can do is try to fight for survival, and that time he goes down at the hands of William Kuhnhoven, who hails from Calgary, Alberta.
On to punt here for Team USA is Hannon. It's going to take a nice USA bounce, get down inside the 25-yard line, or well, they say it was touched before then. They threw the beanbag a little bit further up over by the 30-yard line, but we'll take a step aside here with the score 21-0 in favor of Team Canada. Get it all sorted out back after this.
Some people have to travel for work. Some people get to travel for work.
Free Wi-Fi! Pretty sweet. Hey, you look like you could use a pick-me-up. You want a macchiato? I think we can expense it.
Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard, make room for a little fun.
I'd love to get a round of golfing while we're out here. Did you bring your sticks?
Spolatini on the first play of the drive. Just hands up off the middle to Chuba Hubbard. Picks up a couple of yards up to the 32-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Football Alberta. They lead 21-0 here with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson with you on ESPN3 this afternoon. We've been with you since 10 o'clock local time when we had our first game on the slate. We'll be with you in probably about until 10 o'clock local time in the PM. And our last game will wrap up tonight. Handoff here for Keaton Zykowski. Takes it across to the 36-yard line. Does Zykowski, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short. So he just took that one off, tackle to the right.
Zykowski is one of 3 running backs that we've seen for Team Alberta that has done a nice job in this game. You've got Chuba Hubbard with a couple of touchdowns and Zykowski as well. And you put him with Brady Solito, and boy, you've got a potent combination there of 3 backs that can really take the ball and go to the house.
Also good job by the right tackle, Braden Rupert, of sealing off the edge on that run. Did a good job blocking Malik Milton. Dropping back, looking to pass was Spolatini. And he fired one a little bit high and over the head of Brady Solito, incomplete. So 4th down and 3 coming up, and for the first time in this game, Football Alberta will send the punting unit out. That'll be Keaton Zykowski doing the punting as Nike Hawkins goes back to return the punt here for Team USA. Football Alberta gets a last-minute gunner on the field on the far side. Man running on was Josiah Shakel. Here comes the punt from Zykowski. It's a pretty good one, but right at Hawkins and returnable. He takes it from the 28 across the 35-yard line before he's met and dragged down at the 37. Return of 9 yards, and when we come back, Team USA gets set up on offense. Back inside AT&T Stadium, Terrence Gibson sets up a screen for Nike Hawkins, and he's dragged down quickly. As that time, Football Alberta was able to blow up that play in the backfield. Christian Cardone had the coverage. That time on the screen, as it was a tough matchup for Christian Dremel, who was asked to block. Not a very big guy, and, well, Cardone had no problem just chucking him aside and being able to blow up the pass in the backfield.
Well, the most athletic player we've seen for Team USA is the quarterback here, Terrence Gibson, but he hasn't had a chance to really use his legs much. I'd like to see him get out in the open field and do some running.
Uses his legs to buy him some time, fires it deep down the field, and it's intercepted by Team Canada. Noah McDonough is able to come up with it, keep the feet in bounds, and then cut it back to the middle and get a little bit of a return out of it. Second time that Alberta has picked off Gibson today.
Noah McDonough from Calgary does a nice job of reading the play. There is a personal foul penalty, however, against Team Alberta. I think this might have been a block after the looks like it might have been a block after the interception, but apparently not.
No, it's a roughing the passer
roughing
penalty.
the passer penalty.
So it's going to come back and be Team USA ball.
which is a big break for Team USA. They throw the interception, but because of the roughing the passer penalty against Terrence Gibson, Team USA has new life.
We'll see if they are able to do anything with it here. Down 21-0, 2 minutes 33 seconds until halftime. Gibson will work out of the shotgun. He's got two receivers to either side of the formation. Takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself, running it right up the middle here. Gets across midfield before he gets met, and they'll whistle the play dead, giving him forward progress up to about the 48-yard line.
Toddy Sawira with the tackle on the play, and there's Gibson using his legs for the first time intentionally in this ball game. He has scrambled out of the pocket a couple of times, but that's the first time we've seen him intentionally try to run. It was good for about 3 yards. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that from Gibson in this game.
Second down and about 6 coming up. 1 minute, 55 seconds. It's a long 6, short 7. Call it what you will. Gibson out of the gun. Being flushed out now as he's under a ton of pressure. Turns it upfield. Tries to get past the rush and ends up going down roughly right back at the original line of scrimmage.
Well, his effort is there, but when you have to retreat back 9 yards, you have that much more ground to make up if you're trying to gain positive yardage. And it was all Terrence Gibson could do just to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Yeah, that time it was just very tough for Gibson. It's been tough for the Team USA offensive line this entire time. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them on ESPN 3.
When you get away from smartphones and video games and tablets, it's amazing what you can really plug into. This season, shop the brands you love, plus thousands of items on sale now. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
Back inside AT&T Stadium, Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson here on ESPN 3. The score 21-0 in favor of Team Canada here in this third matchup today. And, well, this has gotten a little bit out of hand early, but the good news is Team USA started to show some signs of life, and there's still an entire another half of football to go. Certainly not out of grasp just yet for this team.
No, this is a ball club that they've got the ability to come back in this ball game. We've seen some talent out of the quarterback, Gibson, and he's got a couple of nice receivers and running backs at his disposal, but they're just going to have to execute, and they have to give him time to throw. That's been the problem so far this afternoon, is the rush for Team Alberta has just been too much to handle for the offensive line of Team USA.
Minute and a half left here before halftime. Terrence Gibson out of the gun here on 3rd and 7. He drops back. They try and set up a screen for Hawkins, and it's intercepted. Christian Cardone was the one who came down with it for Football Alberta. Second time officially that Gibson's been intercepted. Third time unofficially, had one wiped out because of a roughing the passer penalty, but that one turns it right back over to Team Canada.
It's just a poor decision for him. Gibson trying to feed the ball. I see where he was trying to go to his receiver, Nike Hawkins, but ball was overthrown, and there were too many Team Alberta defenders in the area. Christian Cardone with the interception for Team Canada.
And now a new quarterback in the game for Team Canada. It's Sam Kuchis. He drops back, and his first pass batted away, incomplete off of Chuba Hubbard. They'll take another look at that play there. They tried to set it up for Hubbard, go right off of his hands, and then he took a big lick at the end of that one from Kevin Hilliard. Cucci's in there, the St. Albert, Alberta native. Plays for the St. Albert Skyhawks, his club team back home. Takes a snap, drops back, fires one deep down the right sideline, and that one is caught by Alex Groshek, and he's going to get it in the end zone for another touchdown for Football Alberta.
Great play by Groshek as he beat Tyler Hodges, the defensive back, on the play. And a terrific throw from the new quarterback in the game, Sam Cucci's, as he put that ball right where it needed to be.
See, just a bomb down the sideline, hitting Groshek perfectly in stride, and now patting the extra point here off the foot of Devin Derouine. It is up and good, a 28-0 lead for Team Canada. With a minute and 5 seconds remaining here in the second, we'll take a step aside here on ESPN 3.
What does it take to become elite? It takes more than dedication, focus, and hard work. It takes an elite-level training program. Customized, sport-specific, online. Your perfect workout every time. That's Vault Athletics.
Two turnovers in this game for Team Canada. Both of them have led to touchdowns. Football Alberta leads 28-0 with a minute and 5 seconds left here in his second quarter. Derouine has a low line drive kick that's fielded on a hop by Elaine Darge. She takes it across the 20 to the 25, back to the middle of the field, across the 30, and dragged down finally at the 36-yard line. So good return that time for Darge. And now with 56 seconds left here before halftime, the offense takes the field again.
A lot of momentum for Football Alberta so far. They've played a heck of a first half, but Team USA still has things to work on, still a lot of football to play, and if they can put some things together, you never know what can happen as Khalil Ali steps in at quarterback.
And on the first play, Ali hands off to Josiah Davis. He doesn't go much of anywhere. That'll bring up second down and 10.
Ali's a smallish quarterback, 5'7", 116 pounds, from Chino Hills, California, but he had big numbers in his season this past year. 972 yards passing, 1,500 yards rushing, and 23 touchdowns.
See what he's able to do here. Working out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers spread out to his left, and whistles, flags fly, some movement on the line. The only question is who went first. This wouldn't be going against Canada or against the United States. As you see, the culprits for both sides. It was William West for Team USA and Cole Lindbergh for Team Canada. It is going to be an offside going against Canada, so a good job by the birthday boy of yesterday, William West, to move and draw that penalty going against Team Canada. Push it up, clock starts running, 9 seconds left. This should potentially be the last play of this half. Ali rolls out, fires a pass, incomplete, intended for Trevor Bloomer. And that will do it here for the first half of football. The teams will head into the locker room with the score 28 for Football Alberta, 0 for Team USA. Back with the halftime report after this.
USA Football was created to lead the development of the sport, to provide leadership to a fragmented landscape and take responsibility to strengthen the game's foundation. Since 2002, when the NFL and the NFL Players Association established USA Football as an independent nonprofit, we've united the sport. We made sure that everyone, from players and coaches to parents and officials, have access to the best resources. We offer dynamic player camps and exciting digital tools centered on football fundamentals so players and coaches get the best education and training. And as the sport's national governing body, we establish national teams. And because we believe every child with an interest in tackle or flag should be able to play, we have distributed more than $5 million in equipment, almost $500,000 to build quality fields. Simply put, USA Football has set new standards for excellence in teaching, organizing, and advancing youth football. So what's next? What's the next 10 years look like? Heads Up Football is a new approach the NFL and USA Football are embarking on to change the culture of this sport. It's America's favorite sport. We need to be the guardians of the game. We need to protect this. Heads Up Tackling is addressing that issue.
USA Football, thank goodness for it. This is extremely important.
Never has there been a greater responsibility for coaches to get it right, to be educated, to be consistent, to get the right training, and to teach the right technique.
USA Football is committed to teaching every coach how to train their players to become better tacklers.
First, we're going to teach you how to properly tackle. Get the head out of the tackle. Then we're going to work with you to reduce helmet contacts in practices, called levels of contact. These two things are married together.
Heads Up Tackling is the best way for a young player to be a really good tackler.
Heads Up Football is an exciting program. It's going to help the football game in great ways. We want to make sure and support it.
All coaches have to face this responsibility because ultimately they're telling these young players what is right and what is wrong.
This is the first time that anyone's ever taken a comprehensive approach to this complex problem. It starts with online coaching education program, the only nationally accredited program that's available for youth football today. But the next step is a checks and balance. Now we get the Heads Up Safety Director, someone that USA Football will personally train, that will be there at every single club across the country to ensure that they are teaching proper tackling, that they're using the proper practice plans, that they're making sure they're creating a better, safer environment for every one of the players that are participating. So now parents can be confident that they have a Heads Up Football director as well as coaches that are properly trained. Now they're going to see and they're going to learn with the coaches. This is how you properly fit equipment. This is how you properly teach tackling. This is concussion management. We're going to give the confidence to the parents and ultimately the players that now there is a changed culture.
The head must come out of football. You can be tough, you have to be tough to play football, but no one has a tough brain. And so the right thing to do is to take the head out of the game.
And I'm proud that USA Football can deliver this and ultimately look parents in the eye and say, we're going to provide a better, safer experience for your children.
Some people have to travel for work.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Some people get to travel for work.
I'm video chatting with my parents. They just moved down to Boca.
Honey, can you see us?
Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard. Make room for a little fun.
Oh, that's the look of someone whose phone is at 4%. Want to plug in? I'm all charged up.
Football, it's life to me. It teaches us so many things.
The relationships, the friendships.
The proper fundamentals.
Learn how not to quit, not to give in.
Discipline, and you talk about hard work.
It's about shared sacrifice. Being a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Toughness, communication.
Understanding how to win, how to lose, how to prepare.
Fundamentals of life.
Getting up when you're knocked down. Cooperation and teamwork.
It's about doing things the right way with integrity.
Work ethic, camaraderie.
Above all, it's teaching the teamwork aspect, the selflessness.
That's football to me.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
Football has become vitally important to America, to who we are as a nation, who we are as a people, a culture, what makes us who we are, what makes this country great.
Football is the greatest team game of all. How many times do you get knocked down and you have to get back up? Life is like that.
Football is the greatest teacher of life values that I know anything about.
Football is passion, it's precision, it's playmaking.
I love this sport. I want this sport to thrive. This sport has meant the world to me. It's been everything. Every single thing that I've ever eaten in my life or stitch of clothes I've ever put on is because of football.
Football is such a great sport. It teaches so many different things. I mean, guys come through it, kids, teamwork, self-discipline, courage. It takes courage to play this sport.
I mean, it's a team thing all the way. So we used to say, hey, if you see a turtle sitting up on the fence post, you just remember one thing. He didn't get there by himself. My goodness, somebody put him up there.
I can tell you everything that my youth coach taught me today, and I'm 55 years old. And so is there an influence? Absolutely. You're the first one in the door, they're going to remember you.
You have these young men at a perfect time in their lives, so it's way bigger than football.
I can't stress it enough how important the impact that you as a youth football coach can have on a young person, because those coaches are the most important people in those young people's lives right now.
The reason I am in football today, and a lot of the values that I have and I share with my team are values I learned from my coach.
You're the one they look up to, you're the one they respect, so be really, really careful how you act, what you do, and what you say.
The role of the coach and the role of youth football and middle school football, high school football is vital.
Football's life to me. It's a lifestyle. It's being around young people, making their lives hopefully better on and off the field.
It's not about you as a coach. It's about what you do as a coach to help others become better in their lives. And I think that's what a great, great coach is able to do.
I'd like to remind you that the regional development camps for USA football will be taking place in the coming months all across the country, so you can check out some of the local dates when it comes to an area near you. These regional development camps are part of the process for how they determine the players who play on all of these teams, the U15, 16, 17, 18, and select teams. And so if you'd like to know how to become a part, sign up for the regional development camps. They start on the 21st and 22nd of February, first in Phoenix, Arizona, and Austin, Texas, then moving on to Los Angeles, Tampa, Houston, Jacksonville, the Bay Area out in California, right back here to Dallas, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, and you see some of the other dates coming up as well, all across the country, so make sure you find a city near you. Of course, the Jersey City camp at a date to be determined. All the other ones are set in terms of when they will be going, and it certainly is a very worthwhile thing to go. Sign up for those regional development camps, and maybe you too can be here next year at the International Bowl in 2016. And of course, take a look back now at some of the highlights from the International Bowl from the year 2014.
Hello and welcome to the USA Football Jamboree live from AT&T Stadium. Back to pass, wide open in the end zone, touchdown USA. Sweep to the outside and an excellent defensive play. Dive up the middle, but there he is again, Colton Beebe. Ferguson with an excellent throw to DeJohn Rogers. And that is complete down the sideline. Play fake, Aponte to his right. Beautiful pass, catch at the 5, into the end zone, touchdown Lynch. Coming through the backfield and causing a fumble. It is scooped up by Team USA, and it will go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ryan Wheaton. And down the right sideline, Kamari Murray, the 5'10", 150-pound receiver from Bishop McNamara High School in White Plains, Maryland, for the touchdown.
Made it with some room to run. He's got it, only the kicker to beat. Cuts it to the outside, the kicker dives, he keeps his feet in bounds, and Maiden's gonna run this one into the end zone.
Nelson at the 11. Nelson is off to the races and will not be caught.
Watch out. It looks like we're going in fast forward, ladies and gentlemen. That is true to life speed from Charles Nelson.
USA looking for some final punctuation on tonight's win over Canada.
We take a look at the halftime recap brought to you by the Sports Authority. And, well, for USA, Christian Dremel has been more or less the leader in the clubhouse. 2 catches for 13 yards. Not a whole lot going the way of Team USA on offense. But as far as Team Canada, they've had quite the afternoon here at AT&T Stadium. Brady Solito, 3 catches, 82 yards, including a 76-yard touchdown reception. And Chuba Hubbard, 8 carries for 34 yards rather, and 2 touchdowns for Team Canada as well. They have pretty much been in control right from the very get-go in this one. And also, while we've got a chance here, talking about some of the players out there on the field today, also talking about some of the guys who we've seen in past years grace the field for USA football. Guys like the Heisman Trophy winner from last year, Jameis Winston, Todd Gurley, Malcolm Brown, Devin Funchess, all projected to be first and second round picks in this year's upcoming draft. Also, some very impressive names on there who were in the program just last year and made a splash as freshmen in college this year.
Yeah, guys like Charles Nelson, who went on to be a playmaker for the University of Oregon on their run to the national championship game. You also have Samaje Perine, who set a rushing record in the game last year, went on to the University of Oklahoma, where he became one of the best running backs in the Big 12. So certainly you're looking at stars of tomorrow when you're watching these games here for USA football. You represent your country here, you move on, and you represent your university at the next level.
Yeah, you certainly can. Also, a couple guys have made it into the NFL, including David Wilson, formerly of the New York Giants, Tyrann Mathieu as well, playing for the Arizona Cardinals, all out of the USA football program, just to name a couple in recent years. We'll take another step aside and be back at the start of half number 2 here on ESPN3.
At the NFL and at USA Football, we care. We care about your kids. We share the same concerns. We're on your team. Heads Up Football is an incredible program, and when you join with USA Football and you see what they're doing and your league is affiliated, that's the stamp of approval that you're going to have a coach that knows what he's doing, a kid who's learning the proper technique, equipment that fits, so that your child is truly playing a better, safer game.
And we welcome you back into AT&T Stadium. Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson. Just about a minute before the start of half number 2 here from Arlington, Texas, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. I'd like to remind you that portions of this broadcast are brought to you by Marriott, the official hotel partner of USA Football and the U.S. national teams, and by Field Turf, the official field building grant partner of USA Football. And Doug, welcome you back into the broadcast. And what needs to start going right for Team USA in half number 2 if they're going to try and make this one a ball game?
Well, I think it starts with pass protection. You have to protect the quarterback, let him go downfield. Then they have to complete those passes, not throw interceptions. They had a few of those in the first half of play. And if they can establish something on the running game, that would help to balance out the offense. Defensively, I think that they've been solid for the most part. They've given up a couple of big plays, and those plays obviously have turned into some big points on the scoreboard for Team Alberta. But if they can maybe force a turnover or 2 on defense, then they've got a chance to give their team the ball in good field position. And if that can happen, then you never know what can transpire in the second half.
Yeah, football is one of those funny games. You can have one team up big at the half, and depending on what adjustments are made there in the locker rooms, it could be a completely different ball game coming out of it. And, of course, Team USA hoping that that is the case here in half number 2. Speaking of which, you alluded to this a little bit before. One of the big plays of that first half was this 76-yard catch and run by Brady Solito. A couple of different cutbacks. He took it from one side of the field all the way to the other before he sprung it loose. One of the best plays we've seen all week.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a lot of Solito right there as he went from one side to the other, went 76 yards for the touchdown. A lot of speed on this football Alberta squad from Canada as they have put it on display here this afternoon. No question about it. You can't take anything away from them, what they've done in this ball game. They have manhandled Team USA in every aspect.
The kick is off. It's another short kickoff returned here by Team USA from the 25-yard line. Taking it was Bryson Lucero. He brought it across the 30, and he ended up getting tripped up at the 33-yard line. So that's where Team USA will set up for work. We'll see who the quarterback will be on this drive. We've seen Terrence Gibson come in. He threw a couple interceptions. Khalil Ali finished out the first half for Team USA. And we've also seen Will Cooney. And it is going to be Cooney coming back into the game. He'll start under center. For USA, fakes the handoff here on first down. It's flushed out of the pocket, flag down, fires to the outside. Great catch made that time by Bryson Lucero, able to keep the foot in bounds as he made the catch. But this one might be coming back because of a hold.
That will be unfortunate for Team USA, as that was one of the few positive pass plays that they've had in the ball game.
Looked like on the replay that it was Holton Zoss who's going to get flagged here for the holding penalty.
Holding penalty against Team USA, and that will make it 1st and 20 for the boys from the south side of that Canadian-American border.
Holton Zoss also with his twin Avery on this team as well. Actually, 2 out of a set of triplets. Third does not play on the team. Cooney with the snap, drops back, fires a pass, and it is incomplete. That one was intended for Nyquist Hawkins.
Hawkins a playmaker, and they're trying to get the ball in his direction. He had 11 touchdown receptions last year, but it's hard right now for him to find an open spot in the field. He is well covered up and taking a hit when he does have the ball in his vicinity. These defensive backs and linebackers for Team Canada certainly doing a good job of being right on the spot.
Yeah, Cody that time tried to thread the needle between 4 Team Canada defenders. That time he gets it into Hawkins, but the pass was low. Hawkins had to go down to the ground to catch it. Since he went down, he's dead on arrival. A loss of a yard. 3rd down and 21 now for Team USA. They're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, they are. They not a good way to start this second half, especially when you've got the ball. You've got a chance to turn things around, put a little bit of fortune in your favor. But right now, Team USA just can't manage to put together back-to-back decent plays, much less put together a whole series.
A whistle and flags before the play, and it's going to be a false start going against Team USA, so they continue to head backwards. It'll be 3rd down and 26.
Well, it doesn't get much more desperate than that, as Team USA finds themselves down by 4 touchdowns and now facing a 3rd and a mile. If there's any magic that they can pull out of the hat, this is where they need to do it.
Out of the shotgun, Cooney with 3 wide receivers lined up to his right. Takes a snap, drops back, fires one down the left sideline for Nyquist Hawkins. And the pass is incomplete. That time Christian Cardone was in coverage and was all over Hawkins.
Team Canada, nice job of bringing rushers. They stunted their linebackers and brought them on the blitz, and then Keeney was just faced with a lot of pressure that he had to get rid of the football in a hurry. Nyquist Hawkins ran a decent route, but the ball was overthrown, and Hawkins kind of turned it up before it was time. So just not executed as well as Team USA would have hoped. Now they have to punt from their own 5-yard line.
Parker Hannon's been busy in the punting game today. Standing, like you said, on the own 5. It's a low snap, and Hannon's just going to fall on it. And it's going to be Team Canada ball back at the 4-yard line.
Well, things just go from bad to worse for Team USA here, and it's unfortunate because they've certainly got talented players. It's just a matter of putting it together. That's something they haven't done this afternoon.
So it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 5-yard line for Team Alberta. They're already up 28-0, and they're threatening to expand that lead here. Matteo Spolatini is back in the game at quarterback. Out of the shotgun, it's a low snap for him. He's able to recover and quickly hand off to Devin Deroine, and he's driven backwards for a loss. Getting a nice cheer from the USA fans on the other side of the stands.
Well, the Team USA fans have been waiting for something to cheer about, and that is about as good as it's been for them this afternoon. Great defensive play as they knock Team Canada back a little bit. Still 2nd and goal from inside the 10-yard line, but not a bad play for Team USA.
Out of the shotgun, Spolatini once again. It's a high snap this time. He's able to rain it down and fire one up into the end zone. Nearly picked off, that time by Miguel Guardado. That'll bring up 3rd and goal. And what a great stand it would be here for the defense if they're able to keep Team Canada out of the end zone here.
Yeah.
At least make them settle for a field goal attempt.
That would be the goal. If you can at least force a field goal attempt, hey, anything can happen at that point. Need more big plays like that one.
Spolatini out of the gun again. Takes a snap, drops back, looks to pass, throws one up, and it is incomplete. That time he overthrew Mason Coop. That'll bring up 4th and goal from the 8-yard line, and out comes the field goal unit for Team Canada.
Always an interesting proposition with young football players. Execution of a field goal, not as easy as the pros or the college players make it look. Takes a lot of practice and a lot of years working on it to perfect that art.
It'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt coming here for Deroine. Snap down, kick up, and over end, and it is no good. He pushed it wide left. So Team USA catches a break as they get the missed field goal, and that disastrous drive on offense does not come back to hurt them on the scoreboard, although they're backed up pretty far back after the missed field goal. They'll start with the ball on their 20-yard line. And we'd also like to remind you that portions of this broadcast are brought to you by Upper Deck, the official trading card partner of USA Football and the U.S. national teams, and also by Volt Athletic, official strength and conditioning solutions partner of the U.S. national team. And, you know, Doug, yesterday the U18 and U19 teams had a nice signing over at Upper Deck. Those cards from last year's team are available to purchase right now on upperdeck.com. And, of course, right around this time next year, the cards from this year's team will be going up, as I'm sure some of these players will be starting to make their mark in the collegiate ranks.
Absolutely. It won't be long now before some of these players will be household names for college football fans. And until that time, they work on their game here. They continue to get better and better. And, you get a piece of the future when you invest in those cards.
2nd down and 10 coming up here for Team USA. Ali back in at quarterback. He pitches it around the left side, trying to find a hole, but not seeing anything open that time was Josiah Davis. He ended up getting dragged down for a loss back to the 15-yard line. So now that'll be 3rd down and long.
Josiah Davis had a very productive year at Laredo Middle School in Aurora, Colorado. 2,200 yards rushing and 33 touchdowns a year ago.
He gets the play, brings it back into the huddle as they get set up for this 3rd and 14 play. Ball on the 16-yard line. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remain here in the 3rd quarter. Clock is moving. Ali takes the snap, throws a little mouse screen to the inside, and that one is caught by Reggie Retzlaff. He takes a turn upfield, gets dragged down at the 26. It's going to be short of the distance needed for a 1st down. But at least that gets Team USA a little bit of space here before they send out the punting unit.
Some breathing room, but they have to execute the punt. That's what caused them the trouble on the last possession. They had a bad snap, weren't able to execute the punt, gave the ball to Team Canada at the 5-yard line, and unfortunately their defense was able to hold. Let's see if they can kick the ball away this time.
Parker Hannon gets a clean snap this time, gets off a short punt fielded at the 45-yard line, and that's Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard across the 35, still on his feet here, moving the pile forward all the way down to the 29-yard line. Excellent field position for Football Alberta.
And once again, they have a chance to chew up a short field and put points on the board, but Team USA's defense held the last time. We'll see if they can hold again.
I'd like to remind you to become part of the conversation for the International Bowl in 2015 by taking to social media and using the hashtag IB2015. You can also easily find USA Football on Instagram and Twitter at the handles at USA Football. Shotgun coming here for Spolatini. They pitch it around the outside for Deroween. He cuts the corner and gets a nice gain on the play before he ends up stepping out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Pick up a 5.
Deroween got nice blocking out in front, was able to follow that around that left edge. Good for 5 yards on the carry.
So shotgun once again for Team Canada. Spolatini with 2 backs in the backfield with him. Marking out the cadence. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff, and now we'll toss this one over for Alexander Gale out of the backfield. Gale cuts it down the field and gets inside the 5-yard line.
Nice job after the catch by Alexander Gale, the young man from Edmonton, Alberta. Weaving in and out of some traffic, as you'll see. A simple dump off pass from Spolatini, and Gale does the rest, making a couple of guys miss, and he works it inside the 10.
In case you're wondering, and you can see this, some of the guys on Team Canada are wearing different helmets. That's because they wear the helmets that are of their home clubs that they usually play for, as opposed to the national team wearing all uniform helmets with the USA logos on the side. As a pass for Deroween is going to come up a little bit short of the end zone here, back down at the 4-yard line. So 2nd and goal coming up, as we'll take another look at that one. He was dragged down by behind. Good job in pursuit of the ball carrier that time by Braden Opolz. Spolatini working out of the shotgun on 2nd and goal from the 4. Fakes a handoff, flush from the pocket under a lot of pressure, and he's going to go down all the way back at the 20-yard line. A loss of 16 on the play. Dragging him down was Malik Melton.
And Malik Melton, the defensive end from Dallas, Georgia. Huge play.
We will take another look at this one. As you can see, Melton just getting to Spolatini, chasing him back almost the entire way before he finally caught up with him back at the 20. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line, as the USA defense has really stepped it up here in the second half. They set up a screen and the pass is intercepted. Stepping up and making the pick was Jose Castillo, the defensive lineman from San Diego, California. And Team USA gets their first turnover. The defense has looked much better in this second half, Doug.
Oh.
Now it's the offense's turn.
Yeah, they absolutely have. Defense has stepped it up here in the second half. The rush was on, and you had Malik Melton and Dalton Davis bringing the heat on Spolatini. That forces a bad pass, a pass that went right into the arms of Jose Castillo, young man from San Diego, California. And now offensively, it's up to Team USA to step up again.
Handoff here on 1st down. Goes to Tyrone Hines. Tries to bounce it to the outside, but nothing was doing out there. And he gets dragged down for a loss of a couple, as Team Alberta continues to dominate along the defensive line.
Well, this is a chance for Team USA to try and capitalize on some momentum, but they can only do that if they're able to move the chains and put together something offensively. We have not seen Team USA's offense really muster much of anything in this ball game. The defense for Team Alberta just has been too strong.
Tyrone Hines back in at quarterback. Pump fakes a couple of times. Now takes off running himself down the field across the 30, and he gets tripped up at the 35-yard line. Pickup for Hines on the play of 7 yards.
Yeah, Terrence Gibson and a quarterback, young man from Humble, Texas, makes a couple of nice moves. Puts his team in a position to convert on 3rd down.
Gibson out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to either side of the formation. Takes a snap, drops back, looks to pass under a lot of pressure, flush from the pocket. He's run all the way back to about the 16-yard line before he cuts it up, gets across the line of scrimmage, and he's going to pick up the 1st down as he cuts it back. A lot of room to run here on the near side of the field. Gets a block set up for him as he cuts it back to the middle, and he gets finally dragged down at the 30-yard line. What a play by Terrence Gibson. You said you waited to see the athleticism. There it is.
Well, there it is indeed, and Gibson is going to need to take a breather, I think, after that play. He must have run 106 yards on that play, just going from side to side and trying to avoid rushes. He does a great job to avoid the rush, which initially comes into the backfield, then looks downfield, wants to throw the ball, but after he sees that there's nowhere to throw to, he finally decides, hey, I'm just going to bring it down, I'm going to run it, and from that point forward, it was a zig-zagathon that Terrence Gibson put all of his moves into to work his way down inside the 40-yard line for Team Canada.
And what an exclamation.
Same as sports performance, whether we're talking about Olympic athletes or middle school and high school athletes, the foundation is the same. We want to remove dysfunction and then build upon their sport-specific movements to allow them to function at a very high level on and off the
field. As we welcome you back in, the teams have switched sides, and Team USA is not their best scoring opportunity of the day. The snap is fumbled by Gibson. They pile up, and it's going to be Team Canada ball.
Oh, boy.
No sooner do I speak than Gibson ended up mishandling the snap, then got hit, wasn't able to recover it, and Team Canada was right there to fall on top of it. Coming up with the fumble recovery was Brigham Wilson.
Well, this was definitely all the momentum that Team Canada had in this ball game. Team USA starting to chip away at it. A big run by Gibson. Things were looking up for the Team USA offense, and then a fumble, a turnover, and it becomes back to the grind for the Team USA defense.
We'll see if they're able to come up big. They've come up big a couple of times here in this second half, where Team Canada has taken over the ball deep inside USA territory, and now they're set up and hopefully going to try and come up with another stop here. We'll take a step aside, be back on the other side of these messages.
What does it take to become elite? It takes more than dedication, focus, and hard work. It takes an elite-level training program. Customized, sport-specific, online. Your perfect workout every time. That's Volt Athletics.
Welcome you back inside AT&T Stadium. Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson. Here on ESPN 3, 28-0 the score in favor of Canada. It's pretty much where we've stood this entire second half. Canada getting the ball back here, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Spolatini works out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a little pitch off to the right. First time we've gotten the chance to call Kieran Ides' number tonight. He's able to get forward for a gain of a couple of yards that time. Ides wearing the green helmet, plays for the St. Joseph Celtics. Native of Beaver Lodge.
We'll start seeing a bunch of different players probably for Team Canada here in the second half.
Spolatini looks to pass, fires one deep down the right sideline, nearly picked, but it went out of bounds as Joshua Edwards was the only player in the vicinity. The only problem for Matteo Spolatini is that Joshua Edwards doesn't play for his team.
No, Alexander Gale does. He was a receiver that was in the field of play nearby, but that pass from Spolatini well out of his reach. And now Team Canada facing a 3rd and 8.
Big play here for the U.S. defense, trying to force a 3-and-out out of Canada. Spolatini drops back, a lot of pressure. Tried to dump it off, but it fell incomplete as they tried to set up the screen for Devin Derouine. 4th down and 8 to go. And out comes the punting unit, and another solid job done by the U.S. team defense.
Well, that's one positive aspect, especially here in the second half, has been the job that the defense has done for Team USA. They've had some tough situations to play out of as well. The offense gave them the ball inside the 10-yard line a couple of times and inside the 30, and they were still able to keep Team Alberta off the charts.
Here comes the punt. It's going to one hop. A fair catch was called for, but of course everyone for USA will get out of the way as it just takes a lateral bounce and gets down at the 30-yard line. So that's where Team USA will start. 9:32 left here in the 4th. They're just looking to get some points up on the board. Coming up here. And we'll take a break. Back after this.
The icon of the game. The icon of competition. The icon of athleticism. The icon of fandom. The icon of the future. The future of football is now.
Back with you, the quarterback in is Will Cooney. He airs it out over the field, a little bit underthrown, but Naquie Hawkins is able to come down with it. What a job by Hawkins going up against 2 defenders and coming down with that reception.
That was a tremendous play by Naquie Hawkins. Had double coverage. It was a solid pass from Will Cooney, if not just a little bit underthrown, but Hawkins splitting the defenders, doing a terrific job to come up with the ball. That's a Odell Beckham Jr. type catch right there.
Out of the shotgun, Cooney under a lot of pressure, and he goes down. Well, he had almost no time to read the field or make a decision right there as the entire defensive line, it seemed like, for Football Alberta was pressuring him down. Joseph Dutton going to be the one that gets credited with the sack.
Dutton does a nice job. He's been in the mix all afternoon for Team Alberta. They just have relied on their defensive front all day to make big plays, and they have not let them down.
2nd down now and 16 for Team USA. Cooney takes a shotgun snap, fires a pass over the middle, and it is caught by Bryson Lucero, the tight end. He gets taken down close to the 30-yard line, right about at the original line of scrimmage.
Lucero getting some of that yardage back from Loma, Colorado.
That'll be 3rd down and 10, all on the 29. For Team USA, they're trailing 28-0. Got to figure this is 4-down territory for them. So, if nothing else, just pick up a few yards and make it a more manageable 4th down situation here. Cooney under pressure, evades one tackler in the backfield. Now trying to evade the second wave of the rush, and he's not able to do so as Reese Flunder got in the backfield and came up with his first sack of the ball game.
Well, this Team Canada defense, no matter who they throw out there on the defensive line, seems to be too much to handle for the offensive line of Team USA. And that time it was Keeney who was just in trouble, spun out of one tackle, but was unable to avoid the tackle from Reese Flunder, a young man from Notre Dame Cougars out of Red Deer, Alberta.
Cooney a little bit shaken up at the end of that play. He comes off the field, and in at quarterback comes Terrence Gibson again. He's under some pressure here on 4th and 20, directing traffic downfield. Fires a pass, it's up for grabs, and incomplete.
Well, the tough part about that play, there were 2 Team USA receivers, both in the area. They both thought they had a chance at the ball, but neither one of them could come up with it. Nyquil Hawkins was one of those, as Gibson does a nice job to avoid the rush again, then throws downfield, but unfortunately unable to make a connection. There were Hawkins, like I said, but also Bryson Lucero was downfield. They were both reaching for the football. Neither one was able to make the catch.
So it will be 1st down and 10 for Team Canada. From the 41-yard line, the U.S. defense will have to be asked to come up with another stop here. Shotgun for Spolatini. Drops back. Fires one over to the right. Incomplete. The pass that time was intended for Mason Coop. A wide receiver calls Calgary home.
One thing that I've been watching in this ball game, we talk a lot about the heads-up football program that is so important as one of the initiatives for USA football, and this is where it starts with these young men who were 7th, 8th graders, and trying to teach them the right way to do it as they move on to the varsity level.
Devin Darroween slips a tackle, gets across midfield, and he's got a lot of room to run, and he's going to take this one to the house. Darroween got to the second level, slipped a tackle, and was gone.
Darroween with a terrific run, and I was going to talk about how I'd seen players making those heads-up tackles in this ball game today, but nobody was able to tackle Darroween as he was able to go the distance on that run.
Yeah, looking at the replay, slipped about 4 tackles before he ended up just breaking free, and he's got to catch his breath quickly because he's on to kick the extra point, and it's up and good. He's got a pretty good leg on him as well. Make it 35-0 now in favor of Team Canada. I'd like to remind you that portions of this broadcast are brought to you by some of USA Football's fantastic sponsors, including Siege Sports, the official uniform provider of the U.S. national teams, making those sharp jerseys that you've been seeing out on the field all day, and also by Physio Control, the official AED provider of USA Footballs. Those life pack defibrillators made right here in the USA. Those things save lives.
Oh, absolutely. And you don't have a sporting event in the United States without one standing by. They have been used on many occasions and certainly come in handy and can save a life if the case arises where that needs to be.
5 minutes and 30 seconds remain here in this one, 35-0 in favor of Canada. As Team USA has shown very brief flashes on offense, but in the end, it just nothing's been able to materialize. They haven't been able to string anything together for long enough to put any points up on the scoreboard just yet. Darroween also handling the kickoff duties after that rushing touchdown. Boots this one, and it skips out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So good field position to start for Team USA. And we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have that drive right after this.
We play for this. It's our country. It's our sport. Let them keep getting up. They gonna keep knocking me down. Let them get back out. Somebody to play, man. I die for my country. I die for all y'all. I die for my family. All them here to watch me. Let them
Back inside AT&T Stadium, Joe Basile alongside Doug Anderson. And on the first play of the drive, a big loss at the hands of Team USA as they continue to get pushed around on the line.
And it's Khalil Ali in at quarterback for Team USA. Ali, a 5'7", 116-pounder from Chino Hills, California, played at Oxford Prep Academy this past year.
It'll be 2nd down and 14. Now with about 4.5 left as you take a look at that replay. On your screen, 35-0 in favor of Canada. And we have a whistle blown, and looks like a timeout was called here by Team USA. So we'll take the timeout right here with them. We'll be back with more on the other side of this on ESPN3.
When you get away from smartphones and video games and tablets, it's amazing what you can really plug into. This season, shop the brands you love, plus thousands of items on sale now. Sport.
Some people have to travel for work.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Some people get to travel for work.
I'm video chatting with my parents. They just moved down to Boca.
Honey, can you see us? Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard. Make room for a little fun.
Oh, that's the look of someone whose phone is at 4%. Want to plug in? I'm all charged up.
We play for this. It's our country. It's our sport. Let them keep getting up. They gonna keep knocking me down. Let them get back out. Somebody to play, man. I die for my country. I die for all y'all. I die for my family. All them here to watch me. Let them
Some people have to travel for work.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Some people get to travel for work.
I'm video chatting with my parents. They just moved down to Boca.
Honey, can you see us? Sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference. Courtyard. Make room for a little fun.
Oh, that's the look of someone whose phone is at 4%. Want to plug in? I'm all charged up.
Team USA just hit a quick pass on the outside to Troy Weiss, which picked up a couple of yards on 3rd and 15, but, well, the 7 yards that were gained not going to quite be enough. So it'll be 4th down and 8. And the offense trying to make a case for staying on the field here. Looks like they certainly would like to. And it looks like that might just very well be the coaching decision that ends up getting made.
Well, you've got 3.5 minutes left in this game. You're obviously not going to win the ball game, trailing 35-0. So, at the very least, trying to put some points on the board, and why not? Keep the guys out there offensively. Let them try to make something happen. The defense in the second half has been pretty good for Team USA. They've only allowed 1 touchdown in the second half of the game. So you have to give some credit to them. But in the meantime, you want your offense to come away with something positive as well.
As now we're going to get a timeout taken here by Team Canada. It looks like as Team USA was kind of huddled up for a while over on the sideline and then was winding down the clock. There were just 6 seconds left on the play clock when They called the whistle, and they seemed to indicate that Team Canada had called a timeout, but that now still no official call has been made. The timeout is still up on the board. And it seems like the only difference that's been made is the play clock's been reset to 25 seconds. No timeout's been taken, despite the initial indication.
They did clearly indicate a timeout from Team Canada originally.
Gibson fires down the field. The pass incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Bryson Lucero. And that will bring up a turnover on downs. So that was on 4th and 8.
Now, so Team Canada with the ball back. And now time, just a matter of a few minutes before they can run off this clock and come away with a big victory for Team Canada. It would be the third in 4 games that we've had so far that have gone to our neighbors to the north. They won last night in the first game of our International Bowl festivities, and then Team USA won the first game today, but this would make it 2 in a row for Team Canada after a victory in this one.
Certainly Canada sportwear football, American football, is really flourishing. That's on display here this week. Around the corner, it's Keaton Zykowski heading down the sideline and getting pushed out of bounds inside the 10.
Zykowski, we saw him in the first quarter make a couple of nice runs, and he's still running strong here in the fourth.
It'll be 1st and goal line for Team Canada. 2 minutes and about 41 seconds remain on the moving clock as they start that right back up again as soon as the ball gets set. New quarterback in here. It's Sam Kuchis. We saw him a little bit earlier. He pitches it around to the right for Chuba Hubbard. Makes a cut down the field. Gains 4 yards down to the 6-yard line. Hubbard already with 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, Hubbard looking for a third as he was tackled by Braden Nobolts on the carry. 33 and 33 colliding there as those two come to blows once again. But Hubbard is certainly one of the guys you'd have to look at for offensive MVP for Team Canada with a couple of touchdowns.
Now under 2 minutes remaining. Kuchis takes the snap, hands off to Hubbard, off tackle to the right, bounding toward the end zone, and he ping-pongs in. 3 touchdowns on the game for Chuba Hubbard. And you can make this a 41-0 game in favor of Canada.
Well, Chuba Hubbard, I mean, the defense pretty gassed at this point for Team USA, and they just couldn't bring him down. He was able to shrug off defenders and spin his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And what was a big lead gets bigger for Team Canada.
Daroween on to attempt the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. He's been perfect on extra points. Missed a field goal earlier in this half. And the score now, though, 42-0 in favor of Team Canada with 1:47 left here in the fourth. Remind you that the final game that we'll have today will be kicking off at 7:30 right here on ESPN3. Doug Anderson will slide on over to the play-by-play chair. I'll be taking over his role for that game. And that, of course, is the U17 game between the United States and Canada. You can also look forward to next week, the U19 game. That's the crown jewel of the International Bowl taking place at Maverick Stadium on the campus of the University of Texas at Arlington. That's next Saturday at 1 o'clock. We'll also have live coverage of the signing day breakfast next Wednesday, all here on ESPN3. Daroween will get the ball teed up and set to kick this one away. Another short kickoff fielded by Nikwe Hawkins at the 21-yard line. He takes it across the 35. Stops, reverses course, takes it across the 40 now before he's dragged down at about the 46-yard line. A job by Hawkins that time on getting the return. 1:36 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And this, you would think, would be the last chance for Team USA. If they're going to avoid the shutout in this ball game, this would be their last gasp at that attempt. They have not been able to do much offensively, and if they can put something together here, at least they would walk away with some points on the board, maybe some pride out of that.
Got a whistle here before the snap. Flag got thrown deep in the secondary. That's a substitution infraction going against Team Canada. So it'll now be 1st and 5 for Team USA from just across midfield on the 49-yard line. Shotgun snap goes to Ali. And he hands it off, and getting tackled almost immediately was Tyrone Hines.
Well, Hines, young man from Summit, New Jersey, gets dropped on the play by a very big Dylan Pitkawa, defensive lineman from Calgary. But Pitkawa, the gentleman, helps him back up after the play.
Hey, it's always good to see that kind of sportsmanship, that kind of brothership, not only between the players on the same team, but between the players on opposing teams as well, as Ali's pass is incomplete, intended for the tight end, Zach Smith.
Well, so many of the players talk about what their favorite aspect of football is, and they say the brotherhood, the camaraderie between their teammates and themselves, and that extends beyond just your own team to the people who play the game. This is a hard-hitting sport. People can get hurt, but if you have respect for your opponent and both teams are playing with that safety mentality in mind, then it can be a great game to watch where nobody gets hurt, and that's what Team USA and USA Football strives for with their programs.
Yeah, that's really what the international ball, this international competition really is all about. It's about that respect for the game of football, for your opponents, and of course the shared love between everybody out there on the field.
And Team USA still trying to put something together here with just under a minute to play. Khalil Ali working it to midfield, and maybe a shot or two downfield could put this team in a position to score.
It will be a 4th down and 6 upcoming here right from midfield for Team USA. 13 seconds left. Would have to imagine this will probably be the last offensive play. Khalil Ali out of the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back. He's going to take off running it himself. Gets to midfield, reverses course, goes backwards. Now runs east to west. Gets dragged down. The final second ticks off the clock, and that will put a fork in this game. 42-0, the final score in favor of Team Alberta. And boy, what a game they played out there, Doug. Crisp, not perfect, but as close as you're going to get.
Yeah, they executed offensively and defensively. They were bigger, faster, stronger. You're talking about kids that come from all over the Alberta province, and they're playing basically 8th graders against for Team USA. Team USA was simply outmanned in this ball game. They were just not a physical match for the kids from Alberta. The young men from Alberta did a great job, though. You want to give credit to them. They executed a brilliant game plan. They were solid offensively. They were ferocious defensively, and it all adds up to a big win.
And we'll take a quick step aside and be back with the MVPs of the game right after these messages.
Oh yeah, that's going down. Oh, let's get some rocks back.
Health can change in a minute. So CVS Health is changing healthcare, making it more accessible and affordable. With walk-in medical care, no appointments needed, and most insurance accepted. Minute Clinic, another innovation from CVS Health. Because health is everything.
This is where games are played, where friendships are forged, where kids come to have fun, and character takes shape. This is where coaches teach fundamentals, where respect is both learned and earned, where entire communities come together, where the game happens once a week, but the lessons learned last a lifetime. This is where the name on the front of the jersey matters more than the one on the back, where champions are made in the fourth quarter, and memories last long after the clock reaches zero. This is USA Football.
We welcome you back into AT&T Stadium. Joe Vasile alongside Doug Anderson. And as you can see happening right now on the field, to the back end of the MVP trophy presentation going on right now. And certainly a very special day, even in the loss, to be able to go out, represent your country for Team US, Doug. Really just something that is so special and such a privilege that even these kids at their young age, they recognize that and they're honored by it.
Oh, absolutely. To a man, they're honored to be there. They're honored to represent Team USA. It's a thrill of a lifetime to be able to play here at AT&T Stadium. For them, many of whom will never have that chance again to play in a place like this. And so they take advantage of it, and they remember that at the end of the day.
And there you see it right there on your screen. The Riddell most valuable players for this game for the USA. It was the quarterback Terrence Gibson. Maybe the numbers weren't so great, but he made a couple of very nice athletic plays, extending a lot of plays with his legs as well, and certainly a deserving MVP for Team USA. And, of course, who else would it be for Canada but Chuba Hubbard? 3 touchdowns in this game. He was a dominant force on the ground, and there was simply no tackling him once he got a full head of steam.
No, there really wasn't. He set the tone early with a couple of touchdowns and then added one late to make it 3 on the day. And Chuba Hubbard definitely was the catalyst for the offense for Team Canada to push them to a big victory this afternoon.
And so we will take one final break before our last game coming up. Kickoff scheduled for 7:30 right here on ESPN3. We'll bring that to you from AT&T Stadium. Until then, though, we'll talk to you a little bit later.